All right, I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey.
We're back.
Yeah, it's been a week, right?
Oh, wait, you guys didn't record while I was gone, did you?
No, we just
Nah.
hung out.
Oh, okay.
Last Sunday, and then
Yeah.
I might have to move Wednesday, or I can be here like every Sunday, and then just not Wednesdays for the next month.
I can move Wednesday.
So either
What
way,
day can
it's
I
all
move it
good.
to? What day are you thinking? Or is it just not good?
I can do Tuesday or Thursday. It's fine. I'll
Okay.
be working, but it's no big deal.
Oh, I'll have to check.
It's
Yeah.
no, and it's no big deal. It's just for the next few weeks,
Okay.
and then it'll go back to
I can
normal.
do Tuesday or Thursday too. You just tell me.
I can definitely do Tuesday. Thursday's kind of so I don't know. I better check. I better check. Yeah.
No big deal on my end, though. So, how was Arizona? You do
Arizona
anything?
was fun. No,
You
it was glorious.
just enjoyed AC?
No, I didn't even need it, man. It was nice and chill. So it was like warm enough to have all the windows open, but not boiling hot.
Wow.
So yeah. So I've been down there a couple times where it's like, I want to go back right now. You know?
Gotcha.
So it actually rained for the first time I've ever been there. It rained
How long?
like a day.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was kind of impressive.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Water everywhere. Colorado's loaded with.
Oh yeah, we're loaded with booty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that it's like they've got water for the next 3 years just out of this.
I've seen it
this
flying
winter.
down there, man. So like flying back is all clouded in, but flying down there, mountains are packed. So it is like white winter wonderland up there in the high country. So yeah, it's a little bit. It's gonna be, and like all the reservoirs are chock full.
Yep.
So
Well, that last snowstorm was not fucking around. Not this.
The little one. But
Yes, but the previous one was.
just wet.
It was super wet. That was the one where I'm like, no, I'm not clearing the full driveway.
right, yeah.
And again, it's that weird thing where it's spring, so
It was melting.
if it was a couple of months ago, like that would be there for months.
Yeah, I would have been there for a while. Now it's like where the snow just kind of like it goes down because it melts from the
Yep.
bottom up. It's weird.
Yep, it's bizarre.
So yeah, it just looks like a blanket, after a day. So,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually have to water this week coming up.
oh really? Is your yard coming in already?
It's a little, but you're supposed to water like if it doesn't get anything. If it's like above
Oh.
50 degrees for over a week.
Yeah. I'll water my dirt.
I'll race you to it.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, Jeff and I have matching yards now.
Yeah, I hear you, man. So yeah, you didn't do much of anything, huh?
We did nothing. Yeah, we looked at like there were like 2 spring training games that were still on it. So usually we go like a week earlier, but spring break this year was a week behind. So
Yeah, wasn't it fucked up for a lot of people?
Not for us. We get 2 weeks.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
That, okay, yeah.
We encompass it all.
Yeah, but you guys don't get out of summer until like June, right?
Yeah, we go right up to the end of May, and then they start August.
Oh, brutal. I was bust out the calendar. I've got like almost 4 full months off this summer.
Damn.
It's fucking gorgeous, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
It's like 3 weeks into August I go back. So, and I'm done the first week of May. So yeah.
Wow.
It's glorious.
You're not signing up for any summer stuff, huh?
I've got a couple things.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, but I don't have to be anywhere for them. So
That's fantastic.
yeah, and they pay me a lot of money for those. So it's like, yes, please do.
All right. Well, that's a good deal.
Yeah, so I've got officially like 5 weeks left here and then done. So, yeah. So,
Damn, that's
so yeah, no,
crazy.
I was practicing not doing shit.
You take your... Oh, no, yours is a desktop, huh? You don't
What?
have a laptop that you game on?
We do have a laptop, so I actually brought 2 this time. I brought my old one, thinking that my daughter and I were actually going to play some Minecraft, but she never wanted to, and so I was like,
Oh.
okay.
What did she do?
I don't know. So, yeah.
You know what?
She watched a shitload of YouTube, so she hung out with her cousins. Yeah, I have no fucking clue. So, I mean, the first couple days she was kind of close to us, but then after that, she was just like, what's she doing? I don't know. She's off doing her own thing. So, okay, great.
No, that actually that checks out for like summer, like the way
yeah.
things used to be, where it's like it's almost dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
Is the kid home? She just kind of like marched through the door at that time. Yeah.
Yep.
What have you been up to?
Yeah, stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, man. So I mean, she wasn't covering like she didn't have the range that we did when we were kids.
Few
You
people
know?
do.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, you could be a couple miles away.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the sun's touching the mountains, man. Mom's gonna be mad. So you get it around the corners, like, oh, yep, porch light's on. Better run for it, man.
I don't know how many parents would let their kids walk down to like where the Kmart was.
It's practically highway.
Yeah, that's true.
It's highway.
In fact, it's designated as highway.
Yeah,
now, isn't it?
yeah.
it is.
Yeah, when you go that way, it doesn't say turn on power, it says turn on to Colorado 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I mistaken? Was Powers just like a 2-lane road back then or something?
It
I don't
was.
feel like
It was a 4-lane road by the time I started working.
Would
So-
you, like, if you lived here, would you let your daughter walk across Powers?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
well,
would.
there's a crosswalk. Yeah.
Yeah, there's crosswalk. Yeah. I mean, not like Frogger in the
Well, no, but like,
So yeah,
Right.
many of the parents out where we live in
Oh,
Bel
yeah.
Air will not let their kids walk to the middle school because they have to cross.
So I flew over your house today. I didn't realize how fucking close that middle school is to your house.
Well, there's a high school right next.
Oh, maybe it's the high school.
The high school
Yeah,
is
okay.
right there.
Well,
Is
the
that the one
middle
with the
school's
big
not
baseball
far either.
diamond?
It's not far. Yeah, the high school.
Okay, that's the high school.
But the middle school, they have to walk across the street, the busy one, to turn into the neighborhood.
It's split into 2 different directional traffic.
I
Come on,
know.
man. You only have to cross half a street at a time.
They're just like no, people could run a red light.
There's a light there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, yeah, the speed limit's 55.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Wait,
on Londonderry?
On what part?
No, Meridian.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Because you have to cross Meridian to go to the junior high.
Oh, okay. So it's
Well-
on that side of Meridian.
And they're just like, no, somebody can run a red light and my kid will be dead. I'm like, yeah, hit the crosswalk, but
Yeah,
you
they stop.
look and you go. It's
I know.
not.
It's like literally designed for children.
Like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, the other part of the other component of that is, but they could run a red light anywhere.
Right, yeah.
Or a stop sign.
They
Or
could
one
run a red light in your street.
They could drive into your front window. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So,
look.
or your backyard.
So, given the fact that we, I don't know, I haven't seen too many of these in other places. Just what I used to call the blockbuster intersection, right? It's the one, you know.
Oh, the Austin Bluffs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So
That one's funky.
I can make the argument that, like, all right, maybe somebody get confused on this one, right? Or maybe there's because they have the separate turn lanes. I saw, like, when I was in high school, right? There were plenty of kids that almost got bonked there because they'd be just like,
You mean the one at Barnes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one is kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 5-way one. It's kind
Yeah,
of.
it is.
that's what I'm saying. It's not even, right? It's
No, it's 4-way.
well,
It's just cattywampus.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
So it's so
Is it just 4?
It's just 4. Yeah.
it's jacked up, okay? But yes, that's the thing is what you're talking about. It's hard to count because of the way it's built. So I can
Oh, 'cause you
understand.
can't go straight.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, you're right.
If you drive into the crap.
You're right. Okay.
I can afford a little bit of trepidation on that one, but we still crossed it. I mean, it was right next to the school. so
Literally
you
right.
had to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta get to. That's how you got to the poverty
Everything,
burger.
yeah.
The poverty burger, or if you were going to Cobb Foods,
or the Kaisars. Yeah.
yes, that's correct.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
No,
that's like come.
That one, that's way in range.
Or
Or
if you
I'm
had a-
thinking, like, you know,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing crossing Bijou, boy?
Yeah, it's like how'd you get downtown?
Get there. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, did you take the bus?
Wow.
Well, you can take the bus back then.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the thing is we had people up here that were going to school at Palmer.
Oh yeah.
So they'd be taking that city bus down to downtown.
Yep.
So right up the street. We had a couple of people that were doing that. So
Yeah, shit, man. When I was a kid, we used to take the city bus to my grandmother's apartment. So
I
my
don't
dad
know.
would totally let us do that. Yeah.
Where, was that far?
He would drop us off down at because the city bus used to be on Barnes, and then her place was down on off of like Maysland. So you take the city bus down, and it turned left on Academy going south, and go right past her joint.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
it's like fucking 12 cents or something like that.
Yeah, it
was
incredibly cheap.
weird.
Yeah, I took
You had
it.
a punch ticket, actually. You had a punch ticket. Yeah.
You could do that. There were a couple ways to do that. I remember taking it from. There was a line that went from basically the.
Oh no, it was here. It
Yeah.
was here. It was south. It was no, it wasn't Barnes. It was here.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they would also do that. You could also catch that. There was also a stop right over there next to Doherty
It was.
that would take you down to the mall. So,
It would.
to
Yeah.
the Citadel.
That's the yeah.
I never took the city bus.
Oh, we used to. Yeah,
Oh,
we used to take it.
You could take the city bus at the end of so if you didn't want to go to seventh period, right? You could take the bus down to the mall and be back by the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that was the Citadel Mall was the only place that had a Suncoast video, and
Right.
they had a sort of eccentric collection of things. Couldn't get them in stuff around here, and sometimes you're like, all right, nobody cares if I show up to APR or not. They never mark me absent anyway because I come and go all the time anyway too. Because we just have that rapport. I would tell Mrs. Schwartz that this is what I'm doing. I would say I'm going to go work on this at home.
You don't care.
No, as long as you
You
were,
don't care.
as long as you're just as long as you weren't a total fuck up, then yes.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, there was that. But I mean, so in comparison, when we wanted to go to the movies and walk, we used to have to walk to Academy Station 6,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which you can picture where it is. Like from here, like if you had kids, you're like, I want to go to the movies. It's right there.
Right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
You just have to cross that crosswalk.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's real close. So.
Or if you're feeling funky, take the trail down. Hit that button. Take the trail down to Rio Vista
Right.
or whatever, and
Hang a left.
yeah.
Yeah. Hang a left.
But I know there are plenty of parents who'll be like, no way.
Oh yeah,
No.
no. People are so like paranoid about shit now, man. So it's not even funny. So
It's crazy to
about that.
me.
Yeah, no. My in-laws were actually surprised. My parents used to let my brother and I fly by ourselves. So, yeah.
At how old?
Well, whatever age was legal, there's a cutoff for unaccompanied. I think it's 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
something
6.
like that, yeah.
It's something ridiculous.
But they have to know. There's some other process about it where they have to know somebody's getting you or something like that.
Yeah, the gate agent has to know who's
Yeah.
picking you up. Okay, and then it used to be the flight attendant would go up with you until this was way before 9/11, and so your parents would be
Yeah.
waiting at the gate.
Yeah.
Nowadays, they actually have to get like one of those wheelchair guys
Yeah.
that would take you down to wherever you're supposed to meet your parents. But you can still do it. I don't know if it's still 6, but there was we flew standby so much that
Yeah.
by the time and my mom was always panicky about it. And so my dad would rather have me and my brother stick together than my mom get split up from us because she would fuck it up. And my dad was really easygoing about it. He's like, this is your plane, this is your gate. Okay? When they board that plane, get on it. I'll see you guys in St. Louis. Yes, Dad.
Yeah, it's just mind blowing to me how much, because I'm sure all these parents grew up doing the same stuff, or a majority had to have, and it's just like, man, all the kids have cell phones.
Well,
That's crazy.
to be fair, I would argue that makes things 10 times worse.
It might.
I really do. I really do think it makes it 10 times worse because there's this. So, all right, think about the latitude that comes along with the cell phone. That's not just, I don't know where my kid is right now. I will check. Right.
Right, they got trackers, yeah.
Well, and not just that. It's also all right. But it's not just that the kid, I suspect, is not in the right place. Let me see if they're where they're supposed to be now. Let me see.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can look
yeah.
in on this at any time
You start
of the
freaking
day.
out. Something goes on.
And so any kind of deviation, basically you start getting your hair up on the back of your neck at all times, like because somebody could either A, not be where they're supposed to be, or B, not be near their phone. Right? They've lost it. Well, how am I supposed to know where you are if you've lost a phone? Oh my God, you don't know where somebody is for a few hours. That's just how it was.
It was expected. Like,
It kind of was. Get the fuck out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were different levels of. So I mean, I describe it as like there was like a virtual like fence, right, where it's like you can go down to the end of this street,
Right, yeah.
right, without our permission. If you have our permission, you can go
further,
here,
yeah.
right?
like we could just say, we're going to go to the park and I out there. Okay.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Yeah, go.
But to be fair, like I recall like a couple friends whose parents were like extremely restrictive.
There
They
were.
just weren't as common.
Sean's parents.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah,
Like
yes.
it was like, boy,
Yes.
if you report 1 minute after 5 o'clock, it's your ass. You know,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was one. There was another one. There's like a buddy of mine back. His name was Scott. So he lived over on bunkhouse over there. His mom was the exact same way. So she was like one of the only ones who actually had a single mom back then. And she was
yeah.
like always
Yeah.
like, you know, Scott's like, oh shit, I gotta get going now. So otherwise I'm gonna get in trouble. So
So there was some, but I mean, just it's definitely stepped up.
Mike's parents were like that until he got older. So then he
Yeah.
ran away.
Yeah.
Like, Mike broke a lot of rules.
He broke the cardinal rule of running away, and they found him behind a dumpster down by the Albertsons. So,
Really?
yeah, that's a true story. Yeah, he was gone for a day and a half, man. So, yep, cops and everything.
Damn.
Yeah.
How old?
Maybe 10 or 12?
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thought never entered my
You know what's crazy? Like you were talking about the other day, if that happened now, like they'd probably have to have a talk about it at the school.
Or with your
Oh.
parents, yeah. So,
Well, not just with the parents, but the thing where like the school would organize like a.
oh, really? For a runaway kid?
Well, you told
'cause
me.
one of the kids, there was an attempted suicide. So they made an announcement on the school thing to inform. And
Just
then
encourage
all-
everybody to try it.
Then
now.
all the
I
parents
can't
got a
believe
letter
that shit.
saying
Yeah.
that just let you know there was, you know, a child did attempt to do suicide. Nothing happened and all this. Everything was good, but we're just informing so that rumors don't get spread.
Just like I said then, like imagine being that kid. He's like, I know they're talking about me. I know everybody. They're
Everybody's gonna know too.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, we had a kid try and kill himself, and then he did.
not. Yeah, we had a kid succeed.
Well, yeah, he tried once before,
Yeah.
and nobody knew about that except for a few people. And then he pulled it off. yeah, yeah. He was in our class. Yeah. So
I do not
he was in
remember
Compass, 7th grade with us, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Actually, I know more than one. Yeah, they would never even think of announcing that.
No.
Yeah, no.
No, absolutely not. It was
The only thing you announced was for stop breaking stuff.
Well, yeah, if you're
I mean,
being a
that's
terrorist, yeah.
that. But I mean, yeah, that was a weird one by me because I was like that. I cannot, like I said, I can't put my. It's like I know they're talking about me.
Yeah.
This sucks. Because I've been the person at work where, you know, that email that comes out that says don't do this
Yes.
because somebody did that.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, so every now and then you'd see the email that says, reminder, reply, don't reply all. Or whatever it is.
right,
You know,
no,
and, you know,
You're not allowed to block your supervisor.
Hey, that was me.
Dude, they send home emails and announce everything. Like if there's a fire drill, they're like, "Oh, we ran a fire drill
Really?
today," just so that you were aware.
See, I get a call from my daughter's school every single day, but it's never stuff like that. It's like, don't forget dance club is on Friday. kind of thing.
I can't imagine
Yeah.
getting calls on that. Like,
Oh, it's fine. It's like
what, is she in dance club?
no, it's just it's one that the principal records every day, and he's just like, hey, this is what's going on. So and there's like 9, 10 different clubs and stuff, and so he just
he rattles them all off.
he just rattles them all off, and he's like, yeah, don't forget CSAP is next week, so everybody get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
So
Want everybody eating healthy lunches and
lunch is free now. So yeah.
It's just
crazy.
completely free.
Yeah. Middle school lunch is completely fucking free. So
they've just settled that.
It's it's not for poor kids no more.
Well,
it's for everybody.
it went into effect during COVID, and then they had you pay for like a semester, and then they're just like, all right, no.
Yeah, they're just like,
you know what? I think that's great.
Yeah,
I really do.
It wasn't like that when we were kids.
No.
You need your $1.25, otherwise no pizza for you.
Man, that was the end times. It started. Look, man, when we were there at first, we saw it climb from $1 even to $1.10, which was crazy, right? And then we saw. Now, maybe you were saying $1.25 because you'd also want the quarter if you wanted milk.
Well, yeah.
So I got you there, but the lunch itself was $1.10 eventually. So,
yeah, I think you're right.
And I think it ended up at $1.25 by the time I left. And I was a hot lunch eater.
I was to a point, and then
I wasn't.
I eventually turned to it. I preferred that.
What, the hot lunch?
Yeah.
I didn't like it in middle school, man. So I was definitely a sack lunch guy in middle school. In high school, I went back to like hot lunch for a year, and then after that, it was all off campus. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that was the thing. Was to me, hot lunch in middle school wasn't like lunch. It didn't feel like that. It felt like a snack bar.
Well, we had that fucked up schedule too, man.
Yeah.
Where they had like 3 different lunches, and so they were all condensed and shit. So. Wasn't there like 1 year where they had a split period? So like your 5th period, you either ate lunch before, after, or you went to 5th period for half of the session, then went to lunch.
Oh my god! You know what? You're reminded. Yes, there was
that
something
did happen.
like that.
Block schedule?
That was that fucked up block schedule. You're right.
And we only had 4 classes?
You're right. It was 3rd period that got chopped up like that. Yeah, you're right. The classes were like an hour and a half long. Yeah.
Yeah, I did 1 year of block, and then they went back to normal.
I think you and I got it for 2.
I think so.
Yeah.
I know you guys did.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
They did not have that when we got there.
No.
So they did that when we started 8th grade.
yes,
Yeah.
and they had cemented the failure of that experiment.
By the end.
There were 2 things that got dismantled as a result of
that
my
the
class.
GT program.
Well, the Compass program specifically.
That was the
yes,
GT
yes,
program, yeah.
yes. That was dismantled. I think a number of teachers were court-martialed, but allowed to keep their positions.
Were they shot?
You got the shooting squad there. It's like no. I want you to tell me if I have the bullet or not. Because if I don't, I want the bullet.
I want the bullet.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah. There were parents that were like, this doesn't work. We are gravely disappointed. Your communication was lacking. Your ass was out of the country, it seems like, for 2.5 months.
Right.
Of course she's like, well, I don't care about that. All I want to do is coach cheerleading. It's like, okay,
Yeah. That was patently apparent.
Why are you teaching gifted kids? Why don't you go teach the extra retard where it's okay if you're gone? I know.
Yay, teen student seniority.
It's yeah.
She was the most senior social studies teacher in the fucking system.
She absolutely was.
She was. Yeah.
Which is why she was in Hawaii for
2 months of the year.
yes.
Yeah.
And then when she get back, all she talk about is Hawaii, and it's you have all these substitutes. Like, well, I can't answer that question.
We almost always had the same sub for like 2 straight months.
We would, yeah. It's funny that what I'm
was
talking
actually
about.
in our class. So yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah. Well, in our grade level, I don't know if she was actually in
right,
the class,
right.
probably. So, but yeah, that was. I don't know, man. I don't think you could get away with that now. So
there's a lot of things you don't get away with.
yeah, apparently attempted suicide. So, just not everybody knowing about it.
Yeah, the whole I was like, why don't we keep that on the down low? I don't want anybody to know. Yeah.
Right.
No, everybody should.
Everybody
know.
should know. So we have to do restorative justice around here in case that kid was bullied into putting a gun into his mouth. Yeah. Restorative justice is the most retarded idea that has ever come out since we all were in school. But that's a talk for a different time.
Well,
So,
that's the. How exactly can you arbitrate that? Really? How exactly?
you don't. You send that kid to Gitmo. So, you earn your way back into the school. So that's why you got to go to a district that's got a Gitmo. If your district does not have a Gitmo, get the fuck out. So
Well, okay. So district, yeah. So unless you're sending them to a frou-frou school where a Gitmo is not necessary.
well, yeah, then you don't have to worry
Yeah.
about that because they just booted the kid out.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
but like I don't know, man. I've kind of turned. I think it's a good idea that we have as many districts as we do. I've kind of changed my mind on that one because it keeps them all better. So because people start migrating from one if it's bad enough, and then eventually they get the idea and they're like, oh, we need to hire better teachers. Oh, we need to fire the shithead administrator that we have. Ooh, actually, the asbestos in this building is affecting children. So we should probably tear it down.
Measurably, guys. We got the
Measurably.
chart.
Yeah. So.
Well, I was surprised that our Bel Air people didn't like approve of the tax to pay teachers better. Like I was like,
Of course not. You're out in
Never,
libertarian.
no.
There's a reason why those people don't live in the city, man.
I was like, come on, all you guys have a kid.
Oh no, there's no sales tax out here, William. You know.
Like they can break it down and they can tell you in detail, like, so for the cost of these 2 nickels, right? These are the benefits everyone will derive. And generally speaking, people are like, those are my nickels.
Right? Yeah.
It's 2 nickels.
I'm
do it-
going to migrants.
Well, of course, it's the classic argument is like, you don't do enough with the money you have.
Right? Yeah. Well, if you spend the money that I gave you already, well, then you won't need it. So I've heard all these arguments.
Well, the big one with the tax money is, what are they doing to fix the roads?
Great.
I mean, our roads are terrible,
Are
but
they? Your roads don't seem that bad.
That's not bad.
ours aren't too bad. But I mean, like,
They fucking roll around a Pueblo for half the day. Jesus. So
Well, I guess
on
on
Manitou.
on the
It's been
Nextdoor
like-
app, they were railing that Walmart on Woodman, like where that Home Depot is and all that.
Oh yeah,
I guess if you,
shit.
it's just like, like it's nothing but potholes.
What is this you're
That,
making?
it's like mini hills throughout the road, and so yeah, I just read through some of that. It's just everybody going, "Where's the money going? What are they doing?" And like one of the guys that works on it, he's like, they just hire random people and they just have them throw some slop in there and call it good.
How else do you fix it? I mean, that's
Like they don't actually go buy professional people to actually fill it with the proper stuff. They're just like, bid, you do it. All right, go.
Oh, I thought you were saying like they go down to Home Depot and
And grab the guy. you. Grab some bags of concrete and let's roll.
Trabajo. You know how to tar.
See,
All right, come with me. Yeah.
aren't there places that still they don't bid? They actually have city guys that do all that shit.
Our city does. Yeah.
Wait, we have
actual city goons who can run around in that truck and fill potholes.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
yeah.
not where you live. I don't know, man. So,
I don't know.
Yeah.
They just replaced the whole road.
yeah.
They'll just gut the whole thing.
Yeah, you know, you have work on Mark Shuffle going on out there too. Yeah,
I don't go on Mark Shuffle.
Yeah.
I don't anymore. I went. It's not faster anymore.
Well, no, until they make them 2 lanes all the way through. It's you get one truck, one of those monster trucks that's
Yeah,
carrying whatever, and you're done.
this is just another one of life's niceties that was destroyed by Waze and Google Maps. Where
Right. Yeah.
Mark Shuffle, I'm sorry, man, that used to be a secret.
It's
It used to
not.
be no.
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 There's houses on everything now.
Yeah, I know.
There is that
There's
too.
houses
It's also
everywhere.
like yeah.
You know, there's another thing I noticed when I was flying in. There are a buckload of solar farms out there now that have worked there in like
Oh,
3
what
years.
is it?
Yeah. So east of the airport and south, there's a shitload of them, man.
Huh.
So yeah, huge things too, man. I don't know who they belong to. So
I saw on one show. I saw the coolest one where it has like a magnifying glass that and all the solar panels will follow the magnifying glass as it turns.
Yep.
And it's just like super power.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if a bird like flies through it, it's just
Death Star.
incineration. Like, they'll either figure it out or they won't.
Well, I mean, if you can make it so that, I mean, that is still fuel. So, I mean, if you can make it so that the bird is converted to energy,
Right, yeah. Falls in the trap.
like, I don't know. I don't even know if that counts as fossil fuels if you're actually burning it.
And then there's another show I saw where there's a lake that is so alkaline that if like an animal touches it, it instantly like
Oh, really?
they look like just a fossil.
Oh, neat.
Like the feathers are still like it looks like they got like Medusa looked at them. Like it looks like their whole feathers, everything just turned to stone, and their eyes are like gone. Like
What?
it is crazy.
But is this because of the acidity?
Yeah.
Alkaline, opposite.
Oh, the base. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right, right. Thank you. All right.
And then it look. I mean, they look super cool, but yeah, it's just like
Where is that?
somewhere in Europe
Oh,
or something
okay.
like that.
I was
or-
thinking it might be Yellowstone.
No.
So, that'd be neat.
There are a couple of you probably know about this too. The places, like the only places in the world where they make heavy water for
For like
Nuclear
nuclear
plants?
reactors.
yeah.
I don't know what that one.
There's like 2 places where it occurs like naturally,
Oh,
and
neat.
it's incredibly sought after because you need it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you ever check out the alkaline lake, like the pictures are just so crazy.
I'll have to look into that. So in that case, I mean, so the process is basically, like you said, it's so basic that it neutralizes all acid like instantaneously, or what?
It just I can't remember what process they called it, but it basically they look like Medusa looked at them. Like they're just like these birds are just like even the
wait.
feathers are just still there. Like it's just
Okay, so in order for it to be like that, it would have to have something essentially like calcium or something like in there.
something like that.
So
yeah.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because that would be what
It
would
just
react
that's
to
what
it.
infuses it
Yeah,
into it. Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, it's
Jesus,
cool.
that's scary.
Oh yeah.
That's like, you've ever stopped and think like, yo, this is where you got the myths from.
Got the what?
The myths.
Oh,
from,
yeah.
where kind of like the old story where they used to say that what was it? They thought that because of like the elephant skull is
Oh, because it's the sinus cavities.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It's creepy. Because I
Yeah.
could only imagine like walking up to it and you're just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm going that way. See you guys.
right. And it just
Oh, but I'm so thirsty.
it only takes a couple of like extra details around there for it to work. It's like, well, I saw a girl over here. It's like her head might have been snakes. I can't prove that they weren't.
Right. I didn't get close enough to look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same shit. Like if it's the 13th century and you find like a Tyrannosaurus skull, I wouldn't know what to
Dragon.
think.
Totally dragon.
A dragon. I mean, it's like this is.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I have a question for you.
Oh.
Did you
I'm too excited.
have you watched Killers of the Flower Moon?
I have not yet.
I
I hear it's
Did
like
you?
9 hours long.
Yeah, that's my.
Okay, I tried watching it today and I fell asleep. So I was curious if you saw it and you think it's amazing.
Through that.
So okay, so I will watch it eventually, but there's 2 things where number 1, it's supposed to be long, and number 2, it's supposed to be up its own ass.
Yes.
And sometimes I'm okay with that, but I'm just not in the mood. I tried, William. I tried watching your daughter's show.
The Has-Been Hotel?
Yes,
What'd you think?
I made it half an episode. I can't take it.
Well,
It
that
is-
first song's terrible.
It's not the song. I don't even care about the song. It's just that the writing is offensively bad.
Really?
Yes. Look, let me just say this. Swearing in and of itself is not
Oh, they do that. all-
funny.
Yeah.
Kids find it funny, though.
Kids do find
They
it funny.
very, very funny.
Yes, they do. And it's a shame because, like, I was in love with it artistically, like,
Oh,
from
yeah.
the get-go.
Yeah.
but the manner of speech is just, it is so offensively bad. And it's not me just like clutching my pearls. It is just, it's so poorly written.
The first half of the first one's pretty bad, but it gets much better.
You keep telling me this about shows where it's like, you always tell me the exact amount that I got in.
Yeah, you quit
is
too
where
early.
it gets better.
Yeah, it does.
But that's the thing is,
Did you see Adam?
yes, that's when I stopped.
Did he do his song?
I didn't listen to it. He was,
Oh, he does cuss a lot.
it's so awful. And again, it's just
The kids love him.
I get it, but it's just the whole thing where it's like, you have to save this for emphasis. You cannot just say like, the fucking microphone is a fuckity fuck, right? And just be like, this is funny. It's you know what?
Where he said he's the ultimate dick?
Yeah, I'm like, this is stupid.
Or
hate
he's
this.
the first dick?
I hate this.
Because he's Adam from Adam and Eve.
Yeah,
Okay.
So he's the first dick.
I
He's proud of it.
I love, you know, that's actually that genre of basically like retelling of the creation myths and all the stuff, the religious stuff. I love the genre, and again, I love the way everything looks. But just like, I can't listen to this. I mean, this is insufferably bad. It's the same thing that if you ever watched it on it started on whatever it is that morphed into the WB streaming service and then morphed into Max, right? So it started.
No.
Yeah. It went from, so WB used to have their own, and then it morphed into HBO, and now it's called HBO Max, right?
Yeah.
And now it's going to be like Max Discovery something sooner or later. But they had the Harley Quinn show on there. Exact same thing, where it's like, hey, aren't people that aren't supposed to be swearing, isn't that funny? Like, no, this is stupid. You just run it into the ground.
It's a fun show.
It's just laden with profanity for no good reason. And it's like, ugh.
I'll agree. It definitely does do that. There's plenty of times that they throw it in there when it's completely unnecessary. But
That's the thing, is then write it straight. That way your profanity is funny or meaningful when you use it.
Right.
it was entertaining.
Yeah, oddly enough, and I don't really love musicals, but I was like, these songs aren't bad. This is
Oh yeah, they're stuck in my head.
so. But yeah, that is again, quote unquote, you stopped exactly where
You
it
did. You
gets
didn't
good.
even hear the Adam song, or get to the point where the Adam song's there.
Is it crude and filled with profanity for no good reason?
At some point, yeah.
So I got that, but it's set to music. Awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The beat is great.
I'll finish the first episode. I promise you. Because I wanted to, again, I wanted to jump into it. I was like, his kid's into it. It's like, if there's something that Will kind of likes and, Livy kind of likes, I'm like, I'd love to be able to jump into this. And again, the style on it, it's so fun. I was like, it actually animates.
Yeah.
It animates. I love that. That's cool. It's not just,
You can skip episode 4 if you get further.
I'll skip whatever I feel like. I don't need your permission to do this.
It's okay.
But it's not. It's great because again, it's not just the mouth moving slightly on the side of the head to indicate they're turning the other way, and everything is shaped like a bean. I'm like, wow, this is cool.
Not VeggieTales.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah, I will try to watch Killers of the Flower Moon.
I'm curious.
I'm not gonna attempt it.
He just can't do
I
it.
just can't do it.
It was so boring to me that I was like, man, Jeff must love this movie. Like, he's gonna say this is the best movie like in history.
No, I've heard so many bad things. So
And it was nominated for an Oscar, so I could
because it's about Native Americans.
I could have swore the previews had way more excitement.
There's no violence in it.
There's nothing.
Yes. So
Yeah, I just completely fell asleep.
I love
was
your thought on this too, because it's like, boy, this movie sucks. Jeff would love it.
I'm like, this is so boring. Oh, this is probably exactly what Jeff wants.
That's fine. That's fine because
Jeff, he thought the Viking movie was boring. So
He did, and that actually had
that had
violence.
a lot.
It
He
had
threw
violence.
your back at that dude and hit him.
You know, and there to be fair, even if you thought the movie was boring, there was just a fantastic sequence where
There was.
they track just and it's so awesome that
Where
village
that
fight.
like arrow goes like right by his face and stuff. Yeah. There was some good points in there and all that kind of stuff. This one, yeah.
None of that. Huh?
This was
No, you're sort of doing what I do with musicals most of the time, where you're like, okay, so if it had like 2 more arrow fights and 11 less songs,
Right.
this would be great.
At least one epic battle. Yeah. So
or the songs had better be really good. Like The Greatest Showman, I actually thought was pretty good.
Greatest Showman. Which one was that? I don't know if I
Hugh
remember that.
Jackman's in it. And it's like a circus kind of thing.
Okay, all right.
And,
he's
and-
singing it.
oh yeah,
Does he
but the songs are pretty good. So
being Wolverine?
that would be
'Cause I
cool.
would've seen that.
Yeah,
I mean, that has potential to be just the worst, but I still would have seen that in the theater.
fair enough. So you're gonna go see Deadpool? You might see.
I
one.
might.
You
When
might
does it
see
come
one.
out?
I don't know.
What were we supposed to go see in the theater?
Dune.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
it was
right.
Dune. Yeah.
It'll
show
It'll
up
be
on
on
my
video
TV.
soon enough.
Yeah.
But do you get Max?
No.
Then yeah, you'll have to pay for it.
I'm not paying for shit. So it'll come to me eventually.
$4.99.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
To rent it?
You mean renting it? Yeah, I'll rent it. But I'm fine
I
with
don't buy movies.
that. Yeah. It's like buying money.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just going to borrow it for a little bit.
They should give you the option like to rent, and then if you
You
really
rent it
like
enough
it,
times,
or,
yeah.
or just at the end, it'd be like, "Do you want to buy it?"
We'll cut you a deal.
Yeah, it'd be like, "Okay, no, it was really good. Yes, I will want to watch this again."
I'm full digital convert now, man. I can't. I don't want to keep.
Well, it'd
nothing.
just be in your digital library.
I don't. No, I can delete my digital library. It's fine, man. So like, my father-in-law does have another whole rack of DVDs down in his other house. They're ancient.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
ancient, and they're like battle ribbons. These are like movies that I watched, kind of thing. I can't do that anymore, man. So I don't think I'm ever gonna buy a movie again.
Does he still, if you go there, if you look, does he still have some with the plastic on them?
No, they've all been watched, but they've
Okay.
got about. It's probably the only thing in that house that you can tell there's dust on top of it. Yeah.
Do you see the experimental phases of DVD box design, like you have the paper ones?
Yeah, the
with
little ones too.
Yeah.
The little Blu-ray
Oh,
ones.
the
those
little-
square
yeah.
ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get some of
Yeah.
those too.
Yeah. No, well, there is. I agree with what you're saying, but there is something extremely ghetto about rent to own a movie.
It almost came out his nose. It was so close.
Yeah,
It's like
that's a real pop of whiskey. That's pretty far down on the Bobert scale. Too.
the PWT.
The
yeah.
PWT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The PWT5, yeah, whatever you
Right.
want to call it, yeah. Because, yeah, dude, I don't like the idea of being like,
It's a own movie.
I rented Endgame 4 times, so I own it.
Well, no, it just if it flipped
About to
on
get
right,
into Game of Thrones here.
like, if you knew you could do that, you watch it, and you're just like, I love that movie. I'm gonna watch it again, and it flips over at the end and says, "Would you like to own it?" And you just put another $5 down, and sure.
Another $5 down?
Now it's on layaway.
Like somebody could take it from you.
I gotta watch it one more time. Don't ask me again.
I would use
Right,
it.
yeah, exactly.
So
So to
bad.
rent your movie. It's like I thought I had a hold on that.
What do you mean 13th Warrior is out?
Oh my god!
Wow.
No, I see it as like credits just towards that purchase. If the purchase price is $18 or whatever, you rent it 4 times, it's yours.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Or if just right at the end it says, "Would you like to buy it for the other?" You rent it for $5. Here's another $13.
Right, sure.
If they asked it then, not have to wait till the next time you want to watch it again and then have to decide again.
Here's the value proposition that's a problem, though. You'd have to watch a movie basically 4 times to be worth owning, and then you'd be watching it again after that. So what you're asking is, am I going to watch this 5 times or more? Now,
That's why it's priced right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'll say
that
this.
is a good point.
So, but that being said, if I had kids, right, and kids love to watch the same movies over and over again, no
Yes, they do.
problem, right? If the kid says, no, we don't rent Robin Hood, I buy you Robin Hood, and you watch it until there's disc rot.
Disc rot.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
But for the rest of us, like,
Or whatever Let It Snow was. I can't think what it's called.
Let It Snow. Let It Go.
Let It
Let
Go.
It Go.
Oh, Frozen.
That one,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
That
One got watched a lot.
That one and Brave.
Brave a
that
big
was
hit
pretty
over in
good.
your
Oh, yeah.
place. Oh,
That one got watched a lot. And the one with Dracula.
The Adam
Hotel-
Sandler?
No. Transylvania?
Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, that's
That's
Adam
Adam
Sandler.
Sandler.
Okay,
Yeah.
that one got watched too. I didn't watch it.
you don't have to, man. It's
By that point in time, I think my daughter had a phone. So,
right,
yeah.
right. So that makes perfect sense. But yeah, it's just rarely do I see a movie that is worth like going back to. This is not. I'm not knocking other movies. It's just like every time I watch this twice, it's something else that I didn't even try to look at. Like if I followed that logic, I'd be on 80 views of Red Dawn, and I'll never get to Killers of a Flower Moon. There's no way.
Well, right.
All right, that logic makes sense.
I would not have watched the new Willy Wonka movie.
Right.
I guess you're right. 4 times is kind of a lot. That's true.
Yeah. Since I was a kid, I can't think of a movie that I've watched 4 times.
So again, since you were a kid,
I have.
When I was a kid, yeah, there were
Yeah.
a few.
I've
So,
seen like Endgame and Infinity War and stuff like that.
I have not.
I've
Because
not
they
seen
come
it
on
4
TBS
times.
and stuff.
Okay,
And
well,
so I'll just turn it on and have it going while
that's the regular TV.
it is regular.
You
TV.
disgust.
I
me.
don't have regular TV.
No.
I get commercials and commercial breaks, and I could do work and then just watch the cool fight scenes. And
No, there were some movies. So, like for a while there, I would watch RoboCop to fall asleep. So technically, I've seen it like 240 times.
Yeah, okay, so I take that back. I think I've seen all the Harry Potters at least 4 times a piece, because I used to loop them when I was working on shit in my basement.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, they would just be on in the background to keep me company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wasn't watching them though.
No, it's.
I just liked them because there's 8 of them. So yeah.
you never have to change
Aw.
anything. It's just. But yeah, I do that with just regular shows that are on TV. Just have them on.
No, that's fine. Evidently, I mean, if you look at the numbers, I mean, it seems like there's people that they probably watched The Office. Like when people tell me that they've watched a series through,
Multiple times.
like when somebody
That's a
says,
lot.
like I've seen The Sopranos through like 7 times. I'm like,
Oh my god,
how
that's a
and
lot of
why?
TV. Yeah,
It's a lot.
yeah, there must be an over-the-road trucker or something. You know?
Like, I'm
The
cool
road,
to do
man.
it.
They do. They do.
I'm cool to do it a second time because it's been a long time since I watched them all the way through.
Sure.
No,
sure.
I can't do that. I've tried a couple times. I tried on Breaking Bad, and after a little, I was like, I know what happens. Fuck this. So, you know, it was just like there's a couple old episodes that I hadn't seen in ages. I was like, let me try this again. And I tried it with The Office, and then that's when you start finding the insufferable parts of that show. Where it's just like, oh my god, we're getting close to the Andy years. I'm not going to make
Yes, we are.
I'm not gonna
We
fucking
most
make
certainly
it.
are.
So, yeah.
And it's not like the first year where he's in that other office and you get a small dose and it works.
Yeah, as soon as he shows up, you know he's coming back later.
Correct.
And he's like the worst written character on that entire fucking show.
What if your daughter said I wanted to start watching The Office?
Go watch it.
You wouldn't want to watch it with her?
I don't watch anything with my daughter.
Oh,
So she watches Minecraft server videos.
well, I know. That's why I'm saying it. She said something that like you like, and she's like, I want to watch this.
Go for it.
It's just
It's like it's great.
the tone person's like, asshole. You were asking me for it.
Yeah,
I wasn't telling you no.
your own TV. Go use it.
I'm so mad. Go watch it.
I take such great joy in watching stuff with my kids.
I do not. So my daughter and I, she asks questions during things, and I do not tolerate that. So, it's like, just wait, count to 20. In Greek. So, yeah, no. I can't stand that. So, yeah, my wife's just as bad. So I don't like watching movies with my wife. So, I mean, if we go to the theater, that's one thing. But if we're at home, it's like, do you want to watch blah, blah, blah? It's like, knock yourself out. Yeah. So what are you going to do? We go play The Witcher. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
No, man, I watch movies. If I watch anything, I watch it on my fucking phone now before I go to bed. So, like, I didn't realize this, but my garage, I get this enormous, like, surround sound system that's been unhooked up for 11 years.
In your garage?
It's in my garage. It's probably fucked.
Oh,
I know.
your stuff.
Yeah, I actually think it was my father-in-law's when he left
No,
his previous house. I think he donated it.
When you said, I thought it was like wired.
No, it's just stacked up in his garage.
Surround sound.
No.
There's nothing that plays anything. Well, it's ready to go when you want it.
Because he said, I just noticed. I was like, really? You've been there for a while.
It's been recessed, you know.
Yeah.
Right,
it's
yeah,
been there a
no.
while.
No. So I don't watch movies. So if I do, I watch them on my phone. So if I watch TV, it's just whatever's streaming on the YouTube TV. And so,
See, and that's where I have to like make this concession. So like when you watch TV, and this is where I'm not giving you a hard time. My TV is dog shit YouTube stuff, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
mine too.
right. Yeah,
it's
you guys
so-
do watch a ton of that stuff.
And
yeah.
so it's gonna be like, oh my god, this guy is gonna talk about something that happened in video games for 11 minutes. Like that would be the same kind of throwaway shit of that's Hollywood Squares. That's whatever. That's
Yeah, it is. I mean, like when my YouTube watch, I've like culled it down to the point in time where I don't listen to anything that's less than an hour. So on YouTube.
generally no.
Yeah, it's got to be like a podcast or, some kind of breakdown of something or another. Or like, so like Drinker does those things that are 20 minutes. That's about the shortest that I'll go. Otherwise, it's not worth, because I'm doing something else. It'll click over to fucking autoplay. So on something, and it keeps throwing me garbage.
Or the
Things I
same
want.
thing where you're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to these 5 jerk offs talk for like 3 hours.
Yes, that's fine.
Like,
yeah,
okay.
that's fine.
Well, and the other thing is, if you do catch something long, it's like every now and then it's something that it's a real treat where you're like, whoa, somebody put the whole like all of like the Flight of Dragons on
Yes.
YouTube for free. I'm gonna watch all
Yes.
hour and 30
Yes.
minutes, right?
Yes.
That happens.
Yes, that does
that
happen.
happens.
Yes.
You're like, well, The Hobbit, or something
Or
like that.
or it's like, oh fuck, I found the G.I. Joe channel again.
Yeah.
So it just plays
Yeah.
G.I. Joe 24/7.
Yeah.
So I found one that plays Garfield cartoons a while back. It was great.
You know what? Those are way better. Those
They're
are
way better than you think
than
yeah.
any of the other things that you just mentioned.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they were actually pretty good. I was like, wow, I forgot how much of a dork John is. That's great.
But he's lovable.
He's totally
he hasn't
lovable.
gone completely off the deep end to where, there's this middle ground where, he's lovable. He hasn't turned like Garfield hasn't mutated to the 3rd dimension, which is uncanny.
That
and
is awful.
It makes
It
you
was
like
so bad.
it makes like your stomach hurt. You're
It was
like
so bad.
it
And the
is.
guy impersonating Lorenzo Music voice. It's
It's so bad. It's
so
he sounds like the guy that like when you see that YouTube video of like I do 30 cartoon voices and
They're not. None of them are that good.
no, and that's
Yeah.
what so the new guy is food. I like food. And it's like that's not Garfield.
That's not
This is
Garfield. I saw a guy do that. He was on like, what was the show with that British jackass?
you help me out here, man.
The guy
Doing what?
like judging people by their talents. What was that guy's fucking name?
Simon Cowell?
Simon Cowell, thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
So what was the show that he did? Was it America Got Talent?
Well, okay, so he was
did a
on American
couple.
Idol for...
Started American Idol.
Okay.
And then
And I think he went to.
I think, okay, so
America's Got Talent, maybe?
think
Or
so.
Britain's Got Talent? Or
No.
I think
it was the-
it might have been Britain Got Talent, because I saw a guy just like what you're talking about who was singing a song in like 14 different voices, and they were all awful.
Right.
So and everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is great!" I was like, "This is terrible."
Yeah.
So, this is terrible.
And this is your new
So-
Garfield, yeah.
This is your new Garfield, yeah. So it's just like watching the House of Mouse, that animated one. So
Yes.
and they're
yes.
all different. It's,
so
like so weird,
uncomfortable.
yes. So it's like, come on, man! Like, get the AI on this, please.
I know. There are certain things that I do remember, from certain times in my life where things changed and I wasn't comfortable with it. Like, I remember the first time that the actual the bee from Honey Nut Cheerios
Oh, change
it
his
changed
yeah,
his
yeah,
voice.
yeah, yeah.
was like, this isn't the same guy.
Well, so did the frog too.
Diggum.
Is that from Smacks?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he changed his name. Lucky Charms sounds the same, but I think it's digital. It's got to be.
I think they're just
Yeah, that guy was 14 when he started.
well, I mean, when you hold the audition and it's like, what are you doing? It's like, do your Irish
Right.
guy voice.
Just-
I'm like, well, you can do that.
Right.
That guy can do that. And if they're not, they're just like pressing buttons from an old like Lucky Charms bank.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they did so many commercials in a given year.
Yeah.
man. You'd be able to stitch them together from everything.
It's like when Gilbert Gottfried got in trouble and they
Oh,
kicked him
yeah.
off for being the Aflac Duck. He has one line.
That's right.
They still air those.
Yeah, they do.
And you know what he sounds like? Exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's just Aflac. That's it.
Yeah.
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 That's
And you
right.
had to audition like 3,200 people.
Well, there's a bunch of voices like that just like I saw this thing with Scoob and Shaggy the other day. They're terrible. Oh, it's awful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then there was like what was it? So my in-laws actually have Normie TV, and so there's like stuff on from time to time.
Yeah.
Even though they use YouTube TV, and so they skip all the commercials on it. But
Oh, okay.
there are a couple things. If you're watching it live, it's live. Okay. I can't remember what it was. So it was Barney. It was Fred and Barney. So they had an advertisement with Fred and Barney. They sound
okay.
terrible. So it's like, that's not Fred Flintstone. Come on, man. So you're not even trying to do a honeymooner's voice. So
Well, that's the amazing thing is like, so Fred's been played by a few different people.
has
right?
he over the years?
Yeah, over the few years. But I mean, like, there have been some people that put a little bit of a spin on it where they're like, okay, well, it's not going to be as
Gravelly
like
or
dead on or
whatever,
anything like that. I'm actually going to, play it a little bit looser, and sometimes it works. But man, there's this thing like this. It's like if you look at any of the iterations of Looney Tunes since Mel Blanc died, right? Some people have it, and some people
Some people
it
do not.
is. It's like they didn't understand the role. It's like,
Yeah.
did you listen to him?
Right.
Like, it's like, Fox has a Brooklyn accent.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's pretty.
It's kinda
pretty
thick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty thick. It's pretty pronounced. Yeah. So no, and like some of them, it's kind of like, okay, I can see why you fucked that one up. So it's gonna be really hard to find another Yosemite Sam that's just right.
That's correct.
So
It's-
same thing with Foghorn. That one's hard. Okay, so
I'll bet you can find someone in the South that
You
speaks exactly like him, but he's not doing any voice acting.
no, he's not doing any voice
He's
acting.
working at the Family Mart.
He's just got he's got the cadence down, but yeah. So, but then there's other ones you think it's like, how hard is it to find a Tweety bird? Why do you guys keep fucking this up? So yeah,
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Like, it's surprising. Like, since the whole gimmick is like that spitting thing, like you'd be like, Sylvester should be easy,
Oh yeah,
but it's always awful.
yeah. But people can nail Donald Duck, man. That one's just as hard. But you see, like even in that House of Mouse, Donald was fine. So
No, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. No, their Goofy is
the Goofy's
he
been
is-
bad ever since that guy died.
He just-
whoever he was.
it's like they
Rest
don't
in peace.
Goofy whoever
You don't
you
even
were.
try.
right?
Yeah, Goofy.
Yeah.
yeah.
No, there were some other bad ones too. Like Fred's one of them. There's
Barney's not that bad though, but Fred was.
I think Barney's easier.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
Barney's a lot easier. I think Fred's the tough one to nail.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly. But not Sylvester. Speedy Gonzalez.
I haven't seen Speedy in ages,
I
man.
haven't seen
So
Speedy.
When Speedy shows up, they do one of two things.
yeah,
Right? They either like downplay him, or they like try to upscale him.
upscale him.
Yes, so they don't have him do the andale
So he
andale.
sounds, so he sounds more like Nacho from fucking Better Call Saul. So
No.
Okay, all right.
What, they're basically trying to class up his station in life.
Okay.
He's always playing something like he's not a waiter. He like owns the restaurant, right?
Oh, okay.
So they tried to up, like they know they can't do the original, so they're gonna put that spin on it.
I thought
like
Speedy
this.
got thoroughly canceled, man. So
The Latin America loves it.
I know they do. Yeah, no. So you still see him in the back of your cars all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's like, yeah, that guy's got the flag hanging on his mirror too, man. I mean, he's legit.
Like, I would argue, look, if you wanna make the argument that Slowpoke Rodriguez was a racist stereotype that was
pretty
offensive,
easy to make. Yeah,
I'll listen.
I'll listen.
I mean, granted, Speedy didn't like him either. That was the whole thing. It's like, yeah, we're related, but like, you're just never gonna get on, dude. I can't.
Well, he did beat the shit out of Sylvester. So
The Slowpoke?
didn't he? Didn't he have the gun?
I think he did. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think that's how he solved it once. Yeah, that was like once. Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah, it was Sylvester's ass. You're right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
No, they would do that kind of stuff in like I remember there was a Tom and Jerry where there was this little mouse who was super tough and
Oh, the one with the stripe on the shirt.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and he kept thinking
with
he
the
was
bowler
Jerry.
hat. Yeah, he flipped Tom back and forth by his tail.
Yeah.
I heard
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tom would keep coming up. It's like, I'm gonna hustle you for your lunch money or whatever,
Oh.
and then it wasn't Jerry.
No.
And I think that guy talked.
Well, yeah, he talked like normal. Yeah.
Well, tough normally.
Well, right. Yeah. So yeah.
No, the other one that has been fucked up consistently because it just nobody can really get it right is Droopy is either hit or miss.
Yeah, I haven't seen a droop in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people attempt it though. Yeah, like so there's a weird cartoons where they made him much smaller too. Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And there are ones where they elongate him.
Yeah.
It's
I
weird.
think those are older ones though.
Well, yeah, so that you have that golden era, that like 60s era.
Right.
Then you have the 70s where everything gets stretched out
stupid,
and
weird. Well, that's when Tom and Jerry sucked the
it's,
hardest.
and that music in the band.
Oh, I can't stand that.
You know, it just
Yeah.
it
Well,
was
that was more than the set. That was the 60s and 70s. There's a specific one, Tom and Jerry, that I always remember. It's this guy who looks like fucking Ziggy. So you remember that? He's grilling in his backyard. That's when Tom and Jerry started getting fucking weird, man.
Oh my god.
And he uses the fucking waffle iron. Then he throws his grill in the fucking pool. That's when that started getting weird, man.
yeah, because that's yeah. There's like some kind of like crossover there between like the art style of that and like the Pink Panther, and
Yep.
whereas Pink Panther worked because it was absurdist from the beginning.
Oh yeah,
Just injecting that into Tom and Jerry, you're like, this is
it is kind of weird.
this is this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was kind of weird.
yeah.
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 So,
Yeah, and then there's sort of the the 80s Renaissance, and they're like, all right, well we can make look good again, but we have to find some kind of way to move product.
well, you didn't really start seeing that. Some of those older ones come back until the 90s. So that's when you got what? Chippendale came back.
Oh, you're talking
Tales
about
of the
the everything from the Disney Renaissance.
Yeah, but there was
Yeah.
also like new Tom and Jerry somewhere around there,
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Well, that, and they had Tom and Jerry Kids, and
That's what it was. It was the kids. They would do that thing where they would just put a little twist on it, because that's Tiny Toons, and then
Muppet Babies.
Muppet Baby. I love that show. That show is
Yeah.
great, man. That is an underappreciated show. It's one
it's
was
a
a
gem.
lot better
It's
than people
absolutely a
remember
gem,
it being. So,
there were quite a few like it's this plus kids,
Or something like that,
yeah.
Yeah, let alone just standalone new franchises. So,
I mean, I get it. So when we sit there and complain that they're on their like fifth iteration of,
it's
you
fine.
know,
Hey,
this
we
is
liked
not,
ours too. So,
this is not a new thing. We talked about this. It's like they tried to reboot fucking Land of the Lost and,
oh yeah.
Did they?
but yeah, the man they went to is like, how about we do this and then go get Will Ferrell?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
That's the movie.
That's the movie.
God.
Remember, and they
Almost
tried
gets
to.
eaten by a T-Rex. Really disappointed.
I cannot believe you know this. See, you did watch it.
I have seen that movie. It's terrible.
It's fucking stupid.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he's also in
ridiculous.
Bewitched. Again, another thing that
I will never go near that.
no, I understand, but I mean, they went through that. I mean, they redid The Honeymooners.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, but it was black.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how you put a twist. You turn kids, you turn black.
But they didn't call it Black Honeymooners.
No, of course not. Racist. The pilot's still a pilot, chap.
Just call it what it is. It's fine.
Right, the honeymoon.
Which one are you gonna watch? The regular or?
I was never really a fan of the regular one, man. So
I appreciate the art of it,
I suppose
but the actual content, again, it's
it's not funny.
the same thing. It's like I saw The Shining too late. Everything had
right.
cribbed all of its cultural elements.
So I've
Yeah.
never seen it. So if I were to watch it now, it
You would hate it. You would absolutely hate it. If even the funny shows from back then, you wouldn't find funny now, though.
Well, here's the question: was Mr. Ed funny back when it was fresh,
No,
or was it just a gimmicky?
it was just
the
gimmicky.
gimmick.
There were like 3 shows in that area that were just gimmicky like that. It was Mr. Ed, My 3 Sons, and
Would you say My Three Sons is gimmicky?
well, yeah, the whole thing is it's like 3 different boys and one guy who's a widower, and they live with Bud, who cooks them food. You know,
That's nothing compared to. I mean, looks like the Brady Bunch was that times like 4.
but that was later.
I know.
That was
Just
that was
saying,
like 20
like.
years later.
So okay,
Yeah.
okay. Would you say like the Beverly Hillbillies gimmicky?
Gimmicky, but funny. That show actually is funny.
Green Acres
That show is hilarious. So
gimmicky?
definitely. So dude, it's got Zsa Zsa Gabor in it for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gimmicky. So, I mean, oh no, it's got her sister. It's Eva.
Eva, yeah.
So married to Eddie Albert of all people. There's your gimmick right there. So yeah.
See, I would argue that the Munsters was a gimmicky show.
Well, so is the Addams Family. So yeah.
Well, yes.
Yeah. No, but they're all kind of the same. So, but I would say that the Munsters was infinitely more funny than the Addams Family. So, oh come on, man! Fred Gwynn is great.
He is, but I mean, there is no two ways around it. I actually consider like Gomez Adams one of the best characters in fiction.
Yeah, okay, I'll agree with that.
That motherfucker loves his wife, man. Like he
does.
is.
Yeah, but like Fester is not what he is later on when they did the movie.
No.
Yeah,
no.
you know, well, I mean, it's not Christopher
He's just
Lloyd
weird.
for crying
Yeah,
out loud, but you know,
it's
still,
just. I mean,
it's not the same.
It's not turned up to
So-
11. I mean, there are things like, well, this is Cousin It, and this is like there are.
They got a hand in a box, and you know, yeah, Cousin It shows up every now and then. I mean, the Munsters is just like everybody's different, very, very different on it. So
Yes,
you don't have 2 kids that are just smaller versions of the parents.
that is correct.
Yeah,
but
well, Pugsley is nobody. He's probably
he's just
not.
he's just a weird
Just a
kid.
turd, man.
Yeah.
So he doesn't do anything except for like he's a foil for Wednesday's tricks.
That is absolutely
it,
correct. Yes, you exist. Yes, that
Yeah.
every show needs.
But those
one.
shows ran concurrently, man. So you know, but like I would say that the Munsters is funnier than that. Green Acres is a funny show. Way funnier than some of the earlier stuff. Like, and I never liked I Dream of Jeannie, man. So they changed like the lead character in that thing twice.
Yeah.
So it was weird. The Dick Van Dyke Show was on for crying out loud at that time. That show was hilarious. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's got Dick Van Dyke in it. So
Well, that's sort of It's not. That's Dick Van Dyke. It's not Martin Lawrence.
no, it's not Martin Lawrence.
Yes.
That was not a good reboot. That's what they were going for with that.
What? Martin Lawrence for you?
Nothing.
Oh.
So yeah.
No, it's the talent that you get makes a difference.
Yeah.
What you center it on. So yes, the Carol Burnett show works because of Carol Burnett.
Those are all black and white.
That show was kind of up its own ass. So
It absolutely was, but I mean, you did have actual like titans of sketch comedy.
Oh no, wait,
working
I'm
on
thinking
that
of
show.
Marilyn. I'm thinking Mary Tyler Moore show. Sorry, you're right. The Carol Burnett show was pretty good
Was
because it had
genius.
Tim.
Tim, not Robbins, Tim Conway.
Tim Conway.
Tim
He's
Conway.
one of my favorites.
He's
from back in the
genius.
day. Yeah.
He again, that's
Him and Don Knotts did the Apple Dumpling Gang, man.
It's,
so
Don Knotts, man.
Oh my god, that guy's great.
you got
So yeah, I think we do
again. This is all shit like
the
Will.
Andy
It's like
Griffith
this
show,
is
man.
disgusting. This is
Don Knotts is the best guy. He's like Roscoe's dad.
Don Knotts would be on fucking Three's Company, and he remember his thing.
Oh, yeah.
He's always doing like the little karate moves.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
You don't know.
You would.
Yeah. You're fine. You watched all the cartoons though, man.
The cartoons?
Yeah. So
All these black and white shows? No.
no, but they're all at the same time. So like
I mean-
the Honeymooners and the Flintstones are basically the same fucking show. So
Okay.
yeah.
I consider the Honeymooners infinitely better than the Flintstones.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh, I like the Flintstones.
Because all right, the Flintstones ran out of gas so quickly.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that they managed to squeeze like another 30 seasons.
It ran that long?
The Flintstones ended up losing its spot to the Simpsons. And that was
Really?
after like 30 years.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like, kind of like the Twilight Zone. It maybe lasted like 10. So, okay.
Well, because the Flintstones would always do some kind of like, look, Pebbles and Bam Bam weren't always there, right? And
Oh, that's right. They were on the Cartoon Express later on, weren't they?
so, I mean, yes. And
when they were grown up.
yes, they would eventually grow
yeah.
up. Then they would make Bad Luck Schleprock a character. They would make Mr. Gazoo a character because they would,
Oh, that's right.
and they
You're right.
they found a way to just basically link this thing concurrently for years.
You're right. I forgot about that. That was like Hanna-Barbera's just like, make us money. Send it to us.
And it's so cheaply made, and it's just it's
Well, there's like a whole slew of them. They're exactly the same fucking cartoons.
Oh,
You
dude.
got Huckleberry Hound and Snagglepuss. They're the same guys. So,
they are. I mean,
yeah.
we're not going to talk about how Scooby-Doo is Speed Buggy, is Jabberjaw, is
Scooby-Doo was first, though, man.
I know,
Yeah.
but
Jabberjaw. Just make a shark and make him sound like Curly. This is great. You're earning that paycheck, kid.
I cannot believe
What do you got next? We're gonna do a speed. Oh no, that was speed.
the Speed Bugger is the same stupid show, only the car talks,
talks.
and he does noisy car noise.
Oh, yeah.
And Shaggy's the mechanic. Yeah.
Yep. And there's another show in there too that I'm forgetting. There's at least 4.
Josie and the Pussycats was in there, so
At least they had a hookup like they're girls.
yeah, that was
And
different.
it's music.
Well, Hair Bears were
Hair Bear?
I don't know.
Hair Bears.
It's the Hair Bear Bunch.
Were they
Yeah.
gay?
No, they were just Southern.
I thought one of them was distinctly gay.
Back then, no way.
Well, the one with the Fritz and you talk like this, a little bit.
Well, because if I recall, they were
He
all.
wore a vest.
That doesn't.
You're
A vest
right,
doesn't
yeah.
necessarily make you gay. I think.
Did Shaggy wear a vest? No.
No, he just wore that green shirt.
Green shirt,
Yeah.
maroon pants.
No, Fred wore the ascot, so they.
Yeah, that's right.
But that was just fine back then. But no, the whole thing was, I think that voice he was doing, and the same thing with like Snagglepuss and stuff, there was a distinct celebrity that they were aping with that.
Oh yeah, I know who he is too.
It might be Paul Lind, but I think
It might be. I know he was in a Mad World. So
Oh,
Yeah.
like Dom DeLuise and
Dom DeLuise.
yeah, because I think a lot of that was just aping his.
yeah, I think actually
His
I think
thing.
you're right.
Yeah,
he
you're-
might have been
you're right.
gay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He might have, but I don't think that was.
That wasn't a thing. So
I mean, it was a thing.
it was a thing.
But you wouldn't put that in a
no.
cartoon. No.
Well, you never know. You're gonna put a talking car. So
But back then, like
a
a
shark
talking,
that sounds like Curly.
yeah, talking car, totally doable. Gay talking car,
Not,
forget it.
yeah, forget
Do
about
you
it.
want to lose your job?
Right.
I don't think it would have done anything back
In
then.
the 60s?
Yeah,
Maybe.
they wouldn't have even noticed. They would have just.
But if they did, it was your ass.
It depends on the level of gay. So,
Yeah.
would you consider Snaggletooth or Snagglepuss gay?
No.
No, he's just pink
Yeah, he's just pink.
and talks that way.
Yeah, he's definitely aping a celebrity. So
He's got. I mean, that's his whole thing.
like
is
Charlie
towards-
Tuna was aping a celebrity.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got like that Felix Unger vibe from
Right.
Odd Couple.
Yeah,
he's
he
just
does.
like, what is Snaggletooth? You're like, he's meticulous.
Right.
He's very clean.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It was a weird period.
I don't even know what was Huckleberry Hound's shtick.
He just got in like there were very few cartoons.
You just sang
So-
horribly.
That's all
He
I can
would sing,
remember.
yeah.
He would sing, "Oh My Darling."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, he did.
Yeah, he just sing terribly.
At least that horse would turn into a Mexican with the guitar. El Cabal.
Oh.
El Kabong. Oh my god.
What was the name of the horse? Quick Draw McGraw.
Quick Draw McGraw.
Yeah, that's right.
there you
He
go.
would turn into El Cabal,
El Kabong.
which was hilarious for some
He's
reason.
supposed to be Zorro, but
Is that?
way better.
Oh, okay. I got you. Like, I still have a soft spot. Like, I'll never not love Captain Caveman.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
KB Jr.
And son.
Yeah, you were there.
Oh,
Like, again, like, to go back to, I don't know how you just do like
He was also
Curly.
one of the Hair Bears.
Was he?
The voice, yeah. The mumbler.
Oh, he was amazing.
I don't remember Hair Bears at all.
Look it up, man.
You
You'll
probably
recognize
saw
him
a few of them.
immediately. Yeah.
Like,
Sure, I must have.
I know you saw some, like, what was
Not
the
really.
race?
Oh, where they had all the Hanna-Barbera.
oh, the Wacky
The
Races.
wacky
Wack-
races,
yeah.
yeah.
I loved the Wacky
That was-
Races.
Yeah, they had all of them in there.
I thought
So-
I preferred the Laugh Olympics, but the Wacky Races were cool.
They all had Snidely with a Whiplash in them, so it was great.
Oh, Dick Dastardly
Yeah.
Dick that oh, that's right. Snidely Whiplash
is
was,
who they're ripping off.
right
Yes,
from
that is correct.
Bullwinkle. Yeah.
Correct.
Which was a very funny cartoon. So
Yeah, they never came back in a way that worked.
no,
never.
but,
was.
no, but it was a very funny cartoon.
You know, the Grape Ape was just big.
Right? Yeah, that was the
That's-
whole stick. Yeah,
He said Grape Ape.
Yeah.
that's it.
That's
He was Groot before Groot.
yeah. What are you doing? They made it. They had like 26 episodes of it.
Long.
Yeah,
Or he was the first Pokemon.
could be.
Because they only say their names.
Jesus, dude. I mean, this is like, and like Dino Mutt and Blue Falcon.
That show was fun.
It was fun,
That show was fun. I forgot
but
about
it's
those.
clearly ripping off.
Batman.
Yes.
Yeah, come on, yeah, yeah. Dynamo was great, dude. Like inspired Inspector Gadget later on, man. He just glued them both together.
So you have to say he's gonna be a robot dog, right? It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
How can we do this where we don't really have to animate it? Okay, cool. So all of his things will just extend from like his head.
Right, he'll have like screwdrivers that come out every now and then.
The screwdrivers never even came out. It just
don't
stretched
know.
his head out or made his legs like go longer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so embarrassingly lazy.
Oh, I thought that show was great, man.
I liked the show.
yeah, I love that show. It wasn't on very often. So.
No, it was definitely part of the USA Cartoon Express.
No, I know
programming,
that, but you had to catch it at the right time, man. So, like a bunch of those, otherwise it would flip over to weird shit. So,
What a weird shit.
yeah.
Like, okay, so I would say by 11 o'clock on Saturday,
Oh, you were done.
You
Yeah, there was nothing
You
left.
were done. Yeah, it went over to like 700 Club or something.
Wide World of Sports.
yeah,
Like
some kind
horrible
of horrible
sports, yeah.
sport, yeah. I feel like there was something good on at 10 o'clock, but 11 it was done.
I just remember you had to get up early if you wanted to watch some of the good ones.
It was
So,
6. Yeah. I'd be
Yeah,
waking
that
up
was
6
pretty
or
hard
6.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because I think, if I recall correctly, at 10 o'clock, the last thing, so ABC would be the last one that had a show on. And I think it was The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and that show was good.
oh, the one where they're all dressed up in costumes?
Wait, you're not talking about the live action.
Yeah, the live action
No,
one?
no. The fucking Nightmare Fuel? No, it's not that one.
That one was great, man.
That's-
What are you talking about? That was on the Disney Channel, though.
Yes, that's
That one
correct.
was on the Disney Channel.
No, it was basically like
The one where Pooh gets stuck in the...
well,
Rabbit's hole.
it's the show that they spun that into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not talking about the live action one.
No, I'm aware of it.
I watched it for years.
As
So, yeah.
did we, but I mean it.
Did you guys have the Disney Channel?
No, we did not.
We did a few
Not
times.
very much.
Well, it would come on. You get it for free for like a month every
Yeah.
year.
We'd watch it for a while, and our parents did subscribe to the Disney Channel for a little bit.
Very little.
Yeah, for like a year.
Maybe.
Yeah, because they had that one on there, and then
We'd watch this show called The Lunchbox. We'd watch this.
Oh,
Again, that's where I saw all those movies about this cat's a millionaire.
oh yeah, that darn cat. Cat's a million. Yeah, the cat from outer space with the collar that lights up. Do you remember that? It's they all had the same fucking dude in them too, man. It was the same guy. He was like Disney's like in-house actor for years.
There was, and they'd all have like Carol Channing as like the bad.
He used to have Patty Duke and all of them.
Yeah,
So, yeah. I remember that he did stupid surf movies too. So
Yes, there would be like
Yeah.
there'd always be some iteration of Herbie the Love Bug on.
Cool.
oh, that's the same guy. That's the same guy. Except for he had that little fat dude with him too, man. That you'd recognize immediately. So from a bunch of Disney movies. So
I mean, look, so the
remember them trying to push Herbie off the Golden Gate Bridge once. Am I remembering that correct?
um
And when he got
It
sawed in
depends on
half
which-
and his ass hand actually beat him in a race.
there is that.
That did
Okay,
happen.
Yeah, but dude, there were like 20 Herbie movies.
Were there?
I mean,
Oh,
I
man.
think so. I think it went on for a while.
They
man,
had a
'cause-
bunch of weird movies like that, man. That's where I watched Davy Crockett. Fuck, I watched the shit out of it every time it was on. So
See, okay, you would be in big time luck if the Disney Channel was actually showing like the Pecos Bills or
oh, there's no way nowadays.
you know those were
those are great cartoons. Though.
yeah.
Pecos Bill, Tammy the
What's
Tornado.
the lumberjack?
Paul Bunyan. I YouTubed that commercial that thing not too long ago. It's still out there, man.
Yeah?
It's great.
Oh.
Yeah. So gets beat by the steam engine.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And then I think they have a Johnny Appleseed one.
They do have a
and,
Johnny Appleseed one. So they have one with a little tugboat too. So I remember that one. They had one with a house. Remember that? There's like a little house, and the whole city builds up around it, and eventually all gets knocked down. Or maybe there was like one like that. There was one with like a little blue car.
I don't remember any.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I might be.
I would need an image on that one because
Yeah.
I'm definitely not seeing it.
Okay. Yeah, but there was all these like 15-minute, like completely off, not their normal characters, but they were like story times. Like they had that little one with Ben Franklin. So and the mouse. Where he makes the eyeglasses.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. But see, the problem is that I'm getting jumbled in with a bunch of like other like could have been or like never would be kind of cartoons. So like I'm taking that and I'm mixing it in with like Capital Critters and
Temple Critters.
like Shirt Tails
I
and
remember Shirt Tails.
whatever the one
What was Shirt Tails again? I remember that.
Shirt Tails were okay. So you had these. They looked like little stuffed animals,
Right.
And they had shirts.
They had like
Long
letters on them,
shirts, yeah.
didn't they?
Yes, and the shirts. I can't remember what they do, but like let them like turn invisible or something.
I can't remember what they did either.
I do remember.
Kind of like there's a show I'm thinking of that has like this aardvark with a cigar in his mouth. The raccoons. That's what it is. So it's
Raccoons?
yes, the raccoons. It's so Cyril M. Sneer. That's the name of this character. He's the bad guy, right? He's this aardvark with a bent nose.
Yeah.
Right. He's got
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a
He's got
cigar
a big
in his
old
mouth.
cigar in his mouth.
And you got these raccoons again with this huge like billowy like shirt, and I think he had like a 0 on it or something like
They
that.
had numbers.
Yeah.
I do remember that. That was like 80s though, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And that's
The stuff that I'm remembering is way older than that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no.
But that's
I do
where I'm
remember-
mixing all these things
yeah.
up with like capital critters
Yeah,
and
glowworms and stuff like that.
yeah, there's a jumble of like shit that just never took off.
Strawberry shortcake. So
That shit ran for girls, man. I mean,
it
it did.
know, man, but it was still on. So you have to jump to another channel or suffer through it until you can get to the next episode of something you wanted to watch.
Absolutely. Like ours was not a house where you watched Mask. You were aware of Mask, but you didn't watch
I never
Mask.
liked Mask. Yeah. So,
You wouldn't make friends with people that like Mask.
Yeah, Kevin liked Mask. So,
Not Mask, or there's a cartoon.
There was a
Cartoon.
cartoon called Mask.
Yeah.
It was as toy sell. Okay, you remember I had that toy. It had the snake oil truck. You pull it up. There's this huge like missile launcher in the back.
Oh yeah.
That's from Mask.
That's from Mask.
Oh
Yeah.
okay.
It's kind of it's GoBots level, dude. It's
It's a B tier
I'm
Lego.
what were we picking on? Mega Blocks the other day? What
It was
was it?
either that or Tycho or something. Yeah, something like that.
We were picking on Duplos because those are for
Duplos are just for little kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zero
So-
kids don't play with Duplos, do they?
Now no.
No.
Ever?
Oh,
We they were
I
really.
feel like
yeah.
you graduated them straight.
we
to
had a
Legos,
shitload
man.
of Duplos, man.
You
So,
can't get Legos right away because kids will eat them,
Yeah, they will.
or go in the nose, or something.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely true. Yeah, or they'll definitely get left all over the place.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Duplos are definitely first.
Duplos are easy because you can really just like. We had a shower curtain. Just throw the Duplos on that, and you just pick that whole thing up, throw it in a bucket. You're good. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, Legos, they're everywhere.
My kids were
Everywhere.
never really Lego people.
Oh,
I don't recall. Yeah.
I think my daughter's got more Legos than I do now.
William's giving away unopened boxes.
Okay.
He's just like, I'm not going to build it. I don't really care.
Okay.
I don't.
I'd rather play Minecraft.
He would.
100%.
Sarah's definitely in that mode right now. So actually, she's even worse. She'd rather just watch other people play Minecraft.
Yeah. You know what? No,
Dude,
whatever.
I'm doing that with some
It's-
video
it's,
games now. There's been some games out there. It's like I'm not gonna play that. I'll watch him play it.
What did you recently pass over and say?
There's been a couple actually. So when I was down there, I tried to get into Skylines 2. I just can't do it, man. So,
What, would it not run well, or?
well, first of all, yeah, I was kind of running like hot garbage, but it's just like I've lost my feel for that game. So I'm like, my city's retarded and going bankrupt. So, and it's like, do I feel challenged by this or do I feel annoyed? I feel annoyed. So I'll go watch somebody else play it. And it's like, why does it work for you? It's like,
You couldn't figure out their secret from watching them?
yeah, he's probably telling me, but I was listening to it on mute. So, yeah, I don't know. I was watching baseball too. So, but yeah, no, that's
The
one.
Yankees or the Rockies?
I was watching the Rockies get slaughtered.
Because they show it because it's the home game.
My God, did they suck on the fucking like the second inning? It was like pull that
Four-
guy now.
14 runs
14
in one
runs.
inning.
Yeah.
The worst output for a single inning on opening day since like 1900.
Yeah.
This predates the dead ball era.
So, or
It was a while.
it was the most. It was like the fourth most runs given up in any inning, but the most runs given up in one inning on opening day since 1900.
So yes, this is the actual technique called the Baltimore chop came and went. That period.
I didn't see this. I just saw it like it was headlines about how epic.
We were watching it. It was brutal. So it almost became comical. So yeah,
got a
they would
38
not pull him.
ERA.
Yeah.
Well, there was that one time that the guy had the infinity ERA.
Oh, that happens.
That does happen.
Well, yeah, if you give up one run and don't get an out, then
Yeah,
That's right.
you
right.
have
Infinity
infinity.
ERA.
That's right.
Yeah.
But the guy that relieved him pitched a third of an inning and gave up 6 runs.
Yes.
So,
I'm so glad I didn't pay $200. So, because I probably would have brought some Rocky shit with me. I would have left the stadium naked. You know?
I would not have won
Cannot do
Rockies.
this, man. Ouch. So,
Oh, that's fantastic.
And I don't know if it's so. They made their TV deal at like 12:30 a.m. the day of opening day.
what, the Rockies
The
did?
Rockies.
So they're back on TV.
But I don't know. It would, if it's DirecTV, then it's $6.83 still. But I don't know if you have to pay for it, and if you have to pay for it, it's $100 for the season.
Okay, I'd pay that.
You would pay
$100
$100 to
for
watch the Rockies for the whole season?
If it's the only way I can watch them, then probably. Yeah. So, because I watch like 2 teams like almost all year. Rockies is actually one of them. So, because my mom watches all the games, so I kind of keep up with her on them. So, but then the other one, like I used to have the Yes Network. So, and I paid that for that.
How much did they charge?
Something like that.
100?
Yeah. So it was
You can't charge the same for the Yankees as the Rockies. That's just
Dude, well, so the
a lot more people buy the Yankees.
So okay, well, that's a good point. Yeah. No, well, because with MLB, the app, right? If you got that,
yeah.
it basically you can watch anything except the Rockies live,
right.
right? Which was perfect.
I thought you could watch the Rockies live if you paid that
The fee.
Well,
but now it's on
now.
TV. That's bad.
But I don't know if you get it just with TV or if you still have to pay to get that channel.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I guarantee you, my mom will ask me when I go see her.
But it's $100 for the season.
She'll pay it. She will pay it.
If I mean, just like the same thing, I would watch I'd pay. Would you pay $100 to watch every Nuggets game?
Yeah.
Okay, same thing I would do with the Avalanche, right?
They're quality products.
Exactly. Yes. So
yeah, but your denominator's a lot larger in baseball, man. So if you're gonna watch like 2-3 games a week, that's a lot. That's a lot of time.
no,
I
man.
watched 0 games last year.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing, man. If your burrito is worth $11, you charge $11. But if
Right.
you're trying to sell a $3 burrito for $11,
Yeah.
not okay.
Yeah.
You have to give people. You have to start giving substantial discounts. So like, okay, Rockies, $100 get you 2 seasons.
2 seasons.
Okay, so I heard about this on The Fan,
Okay,
and they did their quick poll. They're like, okay,
I mean, they
guys.
should come with like free hot dogs and tickets.
They're like, okay, guys, just text in yes or no. How many of you guys are going to be buying the Rockies season? It was 300 no's to 3 yeses.
Yeah.
And the 3
Jesus.
yeses were like, yeah, my son loves baseball.
I would expect my son loves baseball and 2 guys to be like, well, I write for the Denver Post.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
My career.
that's actually, well, the Post pays for that. So,
Right. Yeah. This is subsidized by work.
there's look, okay, so what I would like here, believe it or not, I would like to kind of like go that back where it's like, no, actually, the Rockies will play. You'll see them on like Channel 5, right? Saturdays or things like that. When you would just see baseball on like regular TV. I would rather see a couple of games on regular TV, right, than pay any price to watch them on their own network because it subsidizes the rest of the crap. That makes them think it's a baseball team. I've said this before. I've argued that if you do not demonstrate competitiveness in your field, you must vacate the team. You must. You have like a probation period, like a bad Chicago school, where it's like if you don't get these SAT scores,
You're talking soccer.
I don't know soccer. I can't.
Yeah, if you're the worst team in the league, you
Oh,
get
you get
demoted.
Fine.
And so
Fine.
the Rockies would become a minor league team, and they'd promote the best minor league team.
Right.
There are definitely minor league teams.
Exactly. Why aren't we giving like the what is it? What is
Hey, they won one.
That is true. They did.
They did win one of the four. The Astros got swept by the
They
Yankees.
did. I am okay with that.
And and people were picking the Astros to go to the World Series. So that's pretty
Gotta go through us, man.
solid.
yeah. the road to the World Series comes through Denver.
No,
Not
New York.
Denver, no. God, no.
What is it? I'm trying to remember that team. The Tallahassee Mudhens. That's
Oh, there's
that's
tons
from
of
one of those old shows where it was that. I think that was from MASH, and that was just his favorite. He always talked
Yeah,
about.
that was Father Mulcahy's
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
The Mud. Oh no, that was Klinger's team.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So,
somebody like that should get kicked up to the majors, and the Rockies should be down to AAA.
but then would that team have to move to Denver?
No.
Huh.
You just become the minor league team. Well, I mean, it doesn't work because your minor league teams are all
Right.
late.
Yeah, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Whereas
yeah.
in soccer, they're just different divisions.
exactly.
Like they're
Yeah,
different
right.
divisions are not.
So
like
you
the
send a
farm
letter
team.
to the Mudheads and say, "Hey, boys, pack your bags." I don't think.
And
that
you
would
have
work.
to send the Rockies
Dude,
to.
the fucking
Tallahassee.
See, I like that.
yeah.
I like that a lot. I love you having to go to Nebraska. I love you having to go
And
to.
the Monforts have to move with them.
It's the law.
Yeah, your owners have to go.
You have to reside in the state in which your team gets exiled to. So, let's just get a whole bunch of rails and some rope.
Does North Dakota have? Because I would love to see one of you guys have to live there and be like, I live in the metropolitan city of Williston.
Fargo.
I don't know about. I don't. Is Fargo bigger than Williston?
Fargo's
Yeah.
pretty big.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's probably like Loveland.
So I think it's Williston, Fargo, Minot.
Why not?
Yeah. I went to Minot.
Bismarck's their capital.
Oh right, I never went to Bismarck. Did you go to
I've
Bismarck?
never been.
I went there once.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10 Pueblos, how
It's classier than Pueblo.
okay.
Oh, Bismarck is?
Yeah.
I've never been there.
How would you rate it against Douglas?
I
Douglas,
like
Colorado?
Douglas, Wyoming,
Wyoming.
but it's bigger than Douglas.
Douglas, Wyoming's a shithole.
They had my Taco John. It was my stop.
Your reaction, so things that get you nervous, the off your kilter is your daughter wants to watch something that you're not interested in. You fly up,
Or even if he's interested in it.
So what's on your own TV?
or if you and I dare to say something that's about Douglas.
Oh my god.
It
I spent
was.
more time at Douglas than both of you guys.
I enjoyed the hotel there, and it had a Taco John's. Great.
I missed this. This is nice, but all right, we should probably
Yeah.
wrap this up here. So,
Um,
yeah, I don't think we talked about anything of consequence, but that was great.
No, yeah, there was no consequence.
no, that's good. Yeah,
So
I've
they'll
been on a
welcome back.
news ban for the last week too, so.
Oh, they don't watch news 24/7?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
fucking glorious. So, yeah, it's absolutely glorious.
Oh, so
I realized that my lifestyle was getting a little out of whack. So,
oh, you were focusing on the wrong things.
apparently, there are
Yeah.
parts of the internet that have gone completely insane. So, and it's kind of like a train forum. You know, eventually they just fuck up the whole thing, and you have to like leave it at. You just have.
Right.
I think that's actually happened to the entire internet now.
You can't. You get to the point where you can't kick out the rabble rousers.
Right.
You just have to abandon the party.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just like, dude, where's my car? So,
Pretty much.
we're out of here.
Okay. All right.
All right, I'm Pat.
I will.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm hitting the button.
Yeah.